2013, I convinced my wife to let me bring home a Baileigh plasma table to cut metal art with my son Justis, who was 10 at the time. So we'd go to garden fairs and car shows and sell metal art. So we brought the table home, learned the software, started cutting metal art, and we cut a couple flags and put them on an Instagram page, and woke up and our business went viral overnight. Completely unexpected. Weren't planning on it. We had full-time jobs, don't have a shop, didn't have employees, but found ourselves with thousands of back orders. So we had to get our first shop, get our first Baileigh machines, and start hiring employees to try to fulfill all the orders. This is our wall of metal art. This is kind of how the company started, with customized metal art to order on the website. You can kind of see how the company's evolved with heat treating, double layer pieces. We got chemical treatment and powder coating. Then probably the second phase of the company was wood flags. We took edge glued pine and actually routed grooves for the steel stripes, and that's kind of been our signature look as the brand has grown. Yeah, so in 2015, I made my first wood flag. And then the second big bang product that we had was what we call the Freedom Cabinet, which is a concealment flag, whether it's firearms or booze or whatever inside. And then the next evolution was what's called the Speakeasy Vault, which is kind of like a Freedom Cabinet, only specifically for wine and spirits. So it's got a little bar that flips down. And then these are our scrolls here. The magnetic brake is used all day, every single day for years to make these. We actually use a solid rod and use a magnetic brake to fold the metal around the solid rod. Huge part of the brand is our patriotic flags. First responder flags, tattered flags, patriotic eagles. It's all powder coated, and that's been our signature. Down here you can see our mahogany and maple butcher block flags are called. These are all hand finished, hand sanded. This one's got metal stars inlaid. We do offer them with maple inlaid stars as well. That's been a really popular product for us. More cabinets that open up. We're the only company right now that are doing these carbon fiber flags with inlaid stripes. So that's a big deal, prototyping these. If anyone's ever worked with carbon fiber, it's impossible. And this is what's called our strong box. It's an all steel wall vault. This one's called the Beast because it's carbon fiber. This is a new product for us. This is getting away from the wood, and this is our all steel strong box, biometric. So this is all chemically treated, and it's a steel strong box as well. So our biometric locks hold up to 100 fingerprints, and it unlocks it. This is our zero gravity bootlegger bar. It has patented torsion springs that make it zero gravity. So, like an 8-year-old kid can come up and open and close this thing. It just floats up and down. You can do it with your fingertips. It goes from a beautiful flag on the wall to a place to party or a place to do your homework. People usually pack these full of wine and spirits and moonshine and stuff like that. Usually go in game rooms or man caves. So after hiring my first employee, we worked out of my garage in our man cave for about a year. We found a shop and I signed a lease, and it was about the size of a 3-car garage. And it took a couple months to do the paperwork and have them clean it out and for us to move in. And by the time we moved in, we'd already outgrown it. We were there for about 6 or 7 months, filled the whole place full of Baileigh machinery, and we were cranking out flags every single day. About that time, I invented our wood flag. Same thing happened, made our first one, posted it on Instagram, and sold thousands of them. And I found another shop that was about 3 times the size. Same thing, took a couple months to do all the paperwork and move over there, and by the time we moved in, we'd outgrown it immediately, right when we walked in. It was crazy. It was growing pains, big time. Then we moved into our current shop, and this one was big enough for quite some time. I think we've probably outgrown it now, but it's been balls to the wall ever since. So this here is our gluing station for gluing up all the hardwoods and exotic wood flags that we have. These just came on board, and this is quite the process. Any wood product that leaves here, whether it's a Freedom Cabinet, a Speakeasy, or a wood flag, they're hand burned, hand oiled, and hand stained before they leave to perfection. This is my Baileigh bandsaw we used to cut the foam. This thing has about 500,000 miles on it. This is one of my first machines. This is our Baileigh press brake, 30-ton press brake. We've had this for 3 years and have had 0 issues with it. The first day we got it, we had to call Baileigh and they helped us program the programmer, but once it's programmed, this thing kicks ass. So all of our steel flags are laser cut and polished before they are hit with the press brake. Okay, so no joke, I know that this sounds funny, but the #1 used Baileigh machines that we have are these B carts. These hydraulic carts are unbelievable. You can tell, I mean, that one's all burned on top. I mean, these things have miles all over here. This is our Baileigh planer. All of our wood flags go through here to get them to the right thickness before we hit them on the wood router. Non-stop, this thing chews it up, kicks ass. This is our magnetic brake. This is used all day, every day for, man, since we were in our first shop. So 7 years on this thing, and it just keeps going. Sometimes my employees, they accidentally leave it on all weekend, and like you're not supposed to, but it still gives us zero issues. It's awesome. We couldn't be more blessed with all the national attention and positive feedback. It's a patriotic company. We build our products with as much local supplies as we can. Our wood actually comes out of La Crosse from an Amish community, and they're all handmade edge-glued pine boards, and they make them in this big, like 1903 cast iron wheeled machine that does like 100 boards at once. And it's a whole community that make these boards for us, and it's all locally sourced wood. That's been a couple years we've been using those guys for that, and it's changed their life and actually changed our product and give us a better product than getting wood that's from out of the country. Social media, the backbone of it is Instagram. Started in 2013. And it quickly grew to the world's largest metal art page on Instagram, and still is to this day. And it's on fire. We have over 250,000 followers between Facebook and Instagram. And then this down here, these are our line of rolling chimeneas for your yard. People put firewood in them, and you can grill on them. So this is, she's all dirty right now because we haven't used it. We have it stored up here, but all of the tires for our rolling chimenea fire pits, all the wheels go through this Baileigh slip roll. So these are our plasma tables. We go through tons and tons of steel. These things run non-stop. This is actually one of my first Baileigh machines, a Baileigh dust collector. We have 2 of them, and these things run non-stop. We do a lot of lights out operations where we leave the machines running all night. And so these things will come in the morning and they're running. So these things sometimes run like all week and never shut off. They get it all. They're awesome. And here we get into Justis's chemical flags. These are some that we did in the beginning. These have no wood or anything. These are all just strictly mild steel and stainless steel. And it's all done with chemicals and masking and all kinds of proprietary stuff that we put into them. My son Justis grew up in my shop from the day I brought the plasma table home up until now. I mean, every day after school, on the weekends, you know, by my side, programming the machines, polishing, painting, bending, cutting. He's actually my only employee that can take a raw piece of steel and go all the way through the process and ship out a flag. So he's picked up a knack for this patina, chemical patina and painting process. He actually started a business right across the street from mine called Flags by Justis, where he makes steel flags, and it's strictly chemicals and all hand painted, and they are absolutely gorgeous. And the same thing happened to him. It was a total accident. We took a couple of them, put them on the website, and it was gangbusters right away.
Alright, so this is where I do all the magic. This is my chemical patina blue line flag. These take hours to make. Sometimes we donate them to fallen officers, their families and stuff. This is our brand new Texas flag, made for a customer in Texas, obviously. It's a splattered chemical patina, very difficult to do and very hard to master. It took me months to master that. This is our newest state flag that we made for the Arizona flag. This is chemical patina and paint also. Yeah, it's hand painted, hand splattered, chemicals, everything. This is our specialty. This is our most sold item right here. It's a 6-foot marbled flag. It's hand marbled. This took me 6 hours to make, and it's a bitch to make. It sucks. Oh, the marbling process is it's this cool little effect. You look at it from different angles, it sparkles in some spots. That's what makes it so beautiful. It's very appealing. Very precise, proprietary process with 8 different steps with just paint itself. And there's obviously 15 more on top of that with just everything else that goes into it. But yeah, this is my most creative pieces that I make.
So aside from Metal Art of Wisconsin, I'm also Shane from Baileigh. I'm the social media manager for Baileigh Industrial, and have built the Baileigh Army and the Baileigh social media empire, and it really revolves around metal shaping more than anything else. Baileigh sells industrial equipment as well, but the metal shaping is the most visible part of the company and the most visible part of social media. So that's been my life's work for the past almost 15 years. I'm very proud of it, and taking the metal shaping industry and shining a huge spotlight on it with Chris Rush and the other guys at Baileigh, putting on metal shaping classes and a lot of things revolving power hammers and metal shaping machines. The Baileigh metal shaping classes, I think, unintentionally started kind of a social media metal shaping renaissance almost, that kind of brought it back into the spotlight. And now you can't go anywhere on Instagram without seeing someone, run an English wheel or bead roller. I'm very proud to be part of that. It's a feather in my cap, part of my legacy for sure. Plans for the future for Metal Art of Wisconsin and Justis's business is to keep going. We have a formula that seems to be working, and it's been gangbusters for 8 years. So we're not going to let off the gas. We're just going to keep going and grow it as big as we can.